Good afternoon, everybody. Today is January 13th, 2021. Welcome to Seattle's Eastside Real Estate Podcast. I'm really glad you joined us today. If you're interested in future podcasts, you can find them future or past, even though I know they're not there yet. They will be eventually. Anywhere you can find podcasts stream at Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We also have videos on our website, the Eastside Real Estate Team, or on our YouTube channel, the Eastside Real Estate Team. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. We appreciate that. Today, we are welcoming Kathleen Hunter from the Northwest Canine Coalition, and we are introducing our Paw of the Month. True story, the first time I ever got a dog was because me and some roommates rented a house. So homes and dogs for me go together. So this will be fun. It'll be an ongoing segment with the hat. But before we get to our guest, Kathleen, we are going to have some real talk. Now, with this being our first podcast of the year, I thought it'd be a great idea to look ahead and see what 2021 has to offer and give you a little bit of insight into the future of our market. But in order to look to the future, we always have to look to the past. And every month here at the Eastside Real Estate Team, we do a deep dive into the numbers that matter that kind of tell us the story of where we're at. So in order to predict where we're headed, we got to see where we've been and where we are in order to determine where we're going. I picture a map there, right? Kind of plot yourself along. So here's a declarative statement for you. In the 14 years of real estate, the total number of active listings on the East Side and King County is the lowest I've seen in 14 years. It's incredibly low. So we saw a drop in King County of 13%. So about 2,200 homes available for sale, down to 1,949. On the East Side, inventory decreased a whopping 38%. And that's a year over the previous December in 2019. Now, pendings, that's those homes going from active to in contract. Pending contracts actually saw an increase. So we actually had a little bit more. It wasn't a major increase. It was a slight increase. King County showed a pending increase of 23%. Actually, that's pretty big for King County. And then 9% on the East Side. So more action in King County of homes getting into contract. And keep in mind, King County spans east and west. So we're talking Seattle, West Seattle, Shoreline, up to Linwood, not quite Linwood. That's Snohomish. Parts of Linwood are Snohomish County. And then as far south is Tukwila, Kent, and Covington. As far east is North Bend. That's kind of covering all of King County. So there's a lot of movement in and around. And I think as you drill into some of the pockets, you're going to see a little bit smaller movement in Seattle. We're noticing a lot of people looking to get into a home. Over this last 6-7 months, we've seen a tremendous amount of people moving to the suburbs. Now, King County, the closed sales were up 28%. Now, keep in mind, closed sales are generally a response or they trail pending listings from the previous month or maybe even the month before because, a home goes into contract and takes 30 days. Eastside showed an increase of 21% closed inventory. So all of that pending and closed inventory is gone, right? We need more homes to hit the market. Because of that lack of inventory, we are seeing housing prices, of course, continue in their upward trajectory. King County actually just slightly higher at 9.9%. That's actually really good. 9% appreciation year over year, even though it seems like, well, it's not that much, but it's quite a bit. But if you look at the median home price, that's $676,000. That's in King County, all of King County. The East Side showed an increase, mark this down, 18.63%. So that's that median home price year over year. So from December of last year, if you owned a home, hypothetically, you gained almost 20% equity. Now do the math, right? On an $800,000 home, 10% is $80,000. So 20% would be $160,000 gained equity in 1 year. Not that you could take that to the bank, just understand where that's sending things. As we see a reduction of inventory, where that's sending things. So that's where we were, right? Median home price on the East Side is $955,000. So that's our hindsight. And what we do is when we look at these numbers, these active to pendings and solds, we calculate an absorption ratio based on a month's worth of transactions. So this absorption ratio that we're showing in King County, that if we were to never add a new home on the market in King County in 30 days, you would be out of inventory in 2/3 of a month. So 3 weeks-ish. 3 weeks is 75. We're actually less than 3 weeks. So less than 3 weeks of inventory. And on the east side, it's 0.43. So that's 2 weeks of inventory on the east side. So a balanced market is 4 to 5. So this is real, I don't want to say emergency kind of situation, but it's creating a really tough time. What does this mean for home buyers? It means competition. It means get comfortable writing multiple offers. It will be par for the course in most places. For sellers, it certainly means be wary of getting any price at any cost, because the appraisal issues will start to show up again. When you see jumps of 12, 13, 15, 18%, you're going to run into some issues there. So we want to encourage you to be cautious in the prices that you're looking to get, and have a real estate agent that can ensure that if you get into contract, if that contract is pending, that there are major repercussions to a buyer exiting that contract. Okay. I won't go into that. We've talked about different things that we can do on contracts to make them rock solid. And that would be for another podcast. All right. So where are we headed? What are we going to look at? Well, because of this, National Association of Realtors. Now, this is nationwide, but it applies to just about every market. The current number of single-family homes was about 1,080,000, and at the same time last year we had 1,450,000. So we are entering 2021 with 270,000 fewer homes for sale than there were a year ago nationwide. A lot of speculations going on that inventory crush will ease. And here's the two reasons. Number one, the health crisis eases. More homeowners will be more comfortable putting their houses on the market. 100% conversations that I had the last 6 to 8 months was, we're not doing anything until this kind of COVID goes away. Number two is some households are impacted financially and they're going to have to sell. So we may start to see that towards the middle of the year. It all depends on what gets passed, what's allowed for how long. And really the low mortgage rates are driving these buyers' demands. For the last 12 months, according to Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, interest rates were at a 3.72 at the beginning of 2020. And today we're starting rates a full percentage point lower than that. So 2.72. Check local listings because it always changed. So taking into consideration these projections on housing, supply and demand, and real estate forecasts, we know that real estate homes will continue to appreciate in 2021. And it will be a spectacular year again for sellers. And my hope is that there's an opportunity out there. And the message that I would like to stick is this. Is if you've been hanging on to a home and maybe it's a second home, or maybe it's a home that you're just kind of, you feel like you can't maintain it, then let's talk about options. And I think a lot of sellers are trying to move into other homes that are a little bit more comfortable for them, but they can't find what they're looking for. And so it may be that you put a home on the market and request an indefinite rent back until you find a future home. And, you know, an indefinite rent back could be a 12-month lease with an option to extend. It could be a 6-month lease with an option to extend. But sellers need to get creative in order to get these homes, get this logjam opened up, because there's a tremendous amount of opportunity. Then you'll have cash in hand and be able to go out and buy that future home when it's ready. Buyers, hang in there. Be patient. There's definitely a lot of trials and tribulations. We had a tough one last night, and you know, it's just really, really competitive out there. So constantly be putting your best foot forward. Don't be attached to the outcome, and just keep firing away. I know that's not great advice, but that's all we got. Have an agent that that understands how to help you negotiate strongly, and be patient, because even with strong negotiations, you're not going to have the great results. So essentially the supply is the issue. And I would love to reach out to anybody that has some ideas on how to increase supply and connect, because that's our big challenge in 2021 and to 2025 and beyond, because we're not going to get out of this unless a lot of inventory shows up. So that was a really long-winded real talk. And typically at this point, we would take a quick break, but this is a live podcast. So here's my break. And coming back, we are now going to jump right into our first guest of the day and only, our superstar, Kathleen Hunter. So Kathleen, welcome back to the show. We are excited to introduce our new monthly segment with Kathleen Hunter and the Northwest Canine Coalition called Paw of the Month. Our goal is to share the incredible work of the Northwest Canine Coalition and highlight local pups each month that are in need of a forever home. And Kathleen Hunter is the founder and executive director of the Northwest Canine Coalition. While volunteering in the world of dog rescues, she saw the need for media support for the smaller rescues and shelters and their adoptable dogs. Kathleen took her experience and education and started NWCC, I did it, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And their mission is to promote the adoption of dogs into loving homes by producing media segments highlighting small Northwest-based shelters, rescues, and fosters. They also partner with canine professionals to help make the adoption successful for everyone from the first Paws going forward. Thanks for joining us today, Kathleen.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me. And as you're reading the NW Canine Coalition, it's like, yeah, once you say it once or twice, we can go with NWCC.
NWCC, right. Yeah. After you get the hang of it, yeah, I had to
it becomes a tongue twister.
So Kathleen's, through the miracle of technology, has brought to us, what is it? Three fantastic pups. And so you're going to share about it. So everybody pay attention and forward this podcast to anybody right now. If you're watching this or if you're watching this live, tag them in the comment section right now so that they can see these adorable pups. Okay, Kathleen, you want to take it away? Take the controls away.
So yes, our first pup is Belle. This little cutie pie here. Oops, did you lose her?
We lost her.
You lost her.
Bring Belle back.
I will. See, don't you love this technology here?
I see her there.
Yeah, she's here.
There you go. Well, these are all pictures of Belle based on the screen that I'm seeing.
Yeah, okay, there's Belle. It's one picture of Belle. I'm trying to get me out of the way. So anyway, Belle is a 7-year-old American Pit Bull Terrier mix, and she's with our partner rescue, Hello Kitty Rescue. She's a mature pup. She is about 7 years old, like I said. A little bit about her history. She was used as a breeding dog. So once she was no longer able to produce puppies, she was basically left on the street to fend for herself. So Hello Kitty rescued her, brought her in with her brother. Her brother was adopted, and she's still looking for her forever home. She's going to do best in a home with other dogs. However, she could potentially live with a calm male dog. She's going to thrive with people who are home most of the day and have a backyard for her to run around in. If you go to our website and watch her video, you'll see that we went shopping in Tacoma. So she loves to go shopping. She does really well meeting new people, loves her car rides, just really would love a home where she can hang out and enjoy her senior years.
So she's good with other dogs, no problems?
Yeah, she could potentially live with a calm male dog. So
calm male dog. Okay.
Yeah, she needs to meet them first and
get to know them.
If she wants to cohabitate with them or not.
Right. You think about, like, back in my college years, we interviewed roommates, right? So you kind of wanted to get to know what they were about. So that's kind of a good call for a senior dog like
same with Belle, but she is such a cuddle bug, so sweet, just very endearing.
Look at those eyes.
Yeah. Our second dog is Mac, and his full name is Frito McNabb, and that's because he was found as a stray and eating whatever he could find on the streets. And the rescue, our partner rescue, was called in, Valhalla Animal Rescue. They're located in Winlock, Washington. So they lured him in, and when they nabbed him, he smelled like Fritos. Because he was eating Fritos, McDonald's, you name it.
Who doesn't love Fritos? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
those things
all the non-dog foods. He was eating on those to survive. So that's how he got his name. So he is now in rescue. He's a happy guy. He walks well on a leash, and he kind of will need a little bit of time to get used to because he's always looking over his shoulder for his previous family. So it just kind of breaks your heart. but he does great with other dogs and he does well with children too. So for a rescue dog, that's pretty unique because a lot of rescue dogs, they want to be the only dog in the home. So if you're out there buying your new home, here's your new dog and kids, it's like perfect fit, right?
Perfect fit. Yep.
He does need a fenced yard though, because he does like to run around and play.
Freedom.
And just, yeah, keep him safe in there. So that's Mac. He's a cutie pie. And our third dog is, there we go, Rufus. Rufus is another mature pup. He's about 8 years old. He's a German Shepherd. I met him. We made his video. We produced his video, and he's, I would say, a tiny bit smaller than your average German Shepherd. So if you're thinking German Shepherd, oh my gosh, that's a lot of dog. He's a skosh smaller. Very fluffy, very well-mannered, very friendly. And just because he's 8 years old, don't let that fool you. He is full of energy. And sometimes you kind of need to remind him to stop and smell the roses because he just wants to go, go, go. But he does well on a leash. He loves to play fetch, and he'll actually bring it back to you, bring the ball back to you. And something super cute and endearing about him is that he likes to shuffle around a favorite rock that he has.
A rock.
A rock. And in our video, there's some footage of him shuffling this rock around on the deck. So it's almost like he's playing shuffleboard with himself. And so self-entertained, really super cute. He does great with kids who are 14 and over, and that's just because of his size. And, you know, if kids are too small, the quick little, you know, movements that the little kids do, it kind of might startle him a little bit. Let's see, he needs a fenced yard too, so that he has a place to run around and roam around. And then at the end of the day, he wants to snuggle up with you and just kind of be a fluff ball. So
I love these good sized pets that think they're lap dogs. I love it.
I know, right? So
okay, and then our last paw of the month.
Those were our three. We had
that's it. Those three.
Belle, Mac, and Rufus.
Okay, so and if someone's interested in learning more about these adorable adoptable dogs, where do they find that info?
They can go to our website, nwcaninecoalition.org, and you can watch their videos. They're on our homepage. Their videos, go to the Find a Dog page, watch all their videos. You'll see Rufus, you'll see Belle, you'll see Mac. You can click on the logo for their rescue, and that takes you directly to the rescue's page. You can read more on their bios, fill out the adoption application, and who knows, you could be going home to your new home with your new dog. Awesome.
So now, how many dogs do you shine a light on each week?
Roughly 5 to 7 every
Roughly,
week.
no pun intended?
rough, yeah.
Sorry. I'm a dad. I can't resist the dad jokes.
I locked into that one.
I'm sorry. Roughly how many again?
5 to 7 dogs.
Wow.
Every week, yeah.
So how does a small rescue shelter become a partner with the Northwest Canine Coalition?
So you can reach out to me directly. My information's on our website. It's Kathleen at northwestcaninecoalition.org. If you are a small rescue, you're an independent rescue, and you are a 501c3. That's the key ingredient. You also need to be a nonprofit organization.
Okay. So as a nonprofit organization, how do you provide these services for the rescues and their adoptable dogs?
So we don't charge anything to the rescues. So we operate 100% on fundraising and donations and sponsorships. So when you go to our website and you watch these fabulous videos that we've produced, remember to visit the donate button, and we can continue to bring these dogs to you via all these social media platforms, your podcast, of course, and find dogs a home.
Are they able to subscribe, or is it just every time they have to donate?
Oh, no, you can subscribe. Yeah, you can make and that's the thing too, is like no amount is too small. If you want to forego your latte one day, that $5 will add up, and that helps us stay in business. I mean, that takes care of a portion of our our email service even.
Kathleen, I came up with a concept. I was trying to figure out a way to reward myself, you know, because it's kind of like, what are the different rewards you can do? What a great way. Let's say we want to cut down on coffee, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
I want to stop doing lattes. Instead, I'll drink a cup of coffee at home, have a little tumbler with me. And so every time, maybe one way to incentivize this for you is every time you do that, you take the $3 or the $5 that you were going to spend on a latte and donate it to NWCC. So that way you feel like you're kind of rewarding yourself by also helping others. I think that's kind of cool.
It's kind of you're paying it forward to save a life.
Yeah. So besides adopting these dogs, what else can listeners or viewers do to help NWCC?
Well, we are growing, which is fantastic. It's one of our goals is to broaden our reach across Washington, partner with more rescues, save more lives of these dogs. But we need help. So we could use some more volunteers with videographers and editors, and we'll train, and we have the equipment. So if you're interested in that, we could definitely use your help. Fundraising, if you like to plan events, we're like the place to be. So fundraising, volunteer, there's a whole list of areas, and I'm sure something can match with you. And then also, if you're interested in being on a board and having a board membership, we could use your expertise also. So because we are growing. And
what does that entail? What's the kind of commitment for being a board member for the NWCC?
Yeah, there are different board membership, pieces to that. You could be on like an advisory board, so which is just that you advise here and there, or if you want to have a more integral role and be active in getting those big name sponsorships for us, that would be amazing to really help get the word out there, bring in some more funds, and then we can just continue to broaden our reach, help transport animals in from natural disaster areas. So depending on where your expertise is and where your interests are, we could certainly use your help.
Well, that's great. I wanted to say I appreciate how hard you work at this. It's really a definitely needed niche in this area because, one thing I do know is in this current environment with COVID and things going on, I believe a lot of the shelters early on the pets were gone, right? And the reason why is the role that they play in our lives, right? So here are three fantastic pups that can help somebody have some companionship when we have a lot of social distancing going on. So I appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lastly, how does somebody get in touch with you again?
Yes, you can go to nwcaninecoalition.org, and the canine is spelled out CANINE. My email is there. It's Kathleen@nwcaninecoalition.org. Phone is there. Address. I answer the phone. I'll actually answer.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Look forward to next month.
You bet. All right. Up next, we have Erica Mears, one of our broker partners, joining us for a Stump the Broker segment. Erica, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Sorry.
We'll catch you mid-cough. So I understand you've got a question to Stump the Broker.
Yes. The question is, in this seller's market, how soon should a buyer start the buying process until they get a home?
Okay, so that's a great question. And I think the most important thing to do in this market is consider how many available properties are going to come and meet your criteria. So if money is not an object and you have unlimited money and you can live wherever you want, obviously getting approved with a lender would be great. But we know that's, if you had cash and you had $3 million, you could basically buy any home anywhere. However, most folks that I know are looking for something specific, looking for something to meet their needs. And I could honestly say in this environment, you're going to see maybe 6 to 12 throughout the year that would be exact matches or really good matches. And a lot of people are having to settle. So if somebody's saying, yeah, we have a plan to move in, say, June, I'd say, get ready now. The reason for that is, that home may not be there in June. It may be there in April. It may be there in March. So financially speaking, if there's something they're physically waiting for, meaning a bonus, right, or tax returns to be completed, you certainly can't push that any faster. You can't change the bonus arriving any sooner. However, it is imperative to understand that if you have a goal to say get in a home in 90 days, you should have been looking probably about 30 days ago. And what I mean by looking is not browsing around the websites. I mean actually physically in a home so that you can pair up what you see on the internet with what you see in person. Erica, we showed a house, was it 2 weeks ago to a couple?
About 2 weeks ago.
It looked fantastic online. And granted, this is our job as agents to make it look great. When we got out there, I kind of felt like we were in Deliverance. It was out in the middle of nowhere on the side of a hill. Yes, it was 10 acres, but they were heavily wooded and heavily terraced. So, to think, perfect home, I found it online. That's not realistic. You got to go with an agent, and these homes are coming and going in 7 days. So I want to just encourage anybody out there. The most important thing that you could do is have a clear idea of your finances at any time. And those qualifications, that pre-approval letter will last for 90 days. If things changed after 90 days, all they do is pull a credit report again. Now, let me clarify something. Those 2 credit pulls in, say, 90 plus days will not adversely affect your credit. It would be a very minor hit, if anything, like 1 or 2 points, because they're so far separated and they're for the same purchase. So bottom line, Erica, is if there's somebody out there that is seriously considering moving this year, it would be a good idea to get pre-approved right away.
Right, exactly. And also hiring the best agent for sure matters a lot to get
hiring the best
right?
agent matters a lot. Yes. Do you know anybody?
And the Eastside real estate team is the best.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Erica. Thanks for your question. I want to thank everybody watching. Thanks for watching our podcast. We hope that you find this informative. If you know of somebody that would benefit for being on our podcast, please reach out to us. You can reach out to the team. Just my email address is dan.edwards@kw.com. Or Eastside RE Social. That's our marketing director, Eastside RE Social. Look us up on the web, the eastsiderealestateteam.com. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful week. And Kathleen, we'll see you in a month.
Hi, I'm Kathleen with Northwest Canine Coalition. Today we are at Positive Approach Doggy Daycare and Training in Tacoma, which is where Belle has room and board. And Belle is our lucky pup who we're going to shine a light on today. She is with our partner rescue, Hello Kitty Rescue. So come and join us. We're going to do some shopping and go for a walk. So Bella and I are out here in downtown Tacoma walking on the UW campus. It's pretty quiet out here, but that's okay, it's our speed. So Belle was found as a stray in Southern California, and she was picked up and taken to a shelter there. Her brother was adopted and she was left behind. Thank goodness, Hello Kitty Rescue came and got her and brought her up here to the Pacific Northwest, where she's now looking for her new home. She's had a really rough time, her early years, living in a shelter for an extended period of time. Kind of gave her some wear and tear on her joints, but she's doing pretty good here. She was probably one of those pups who were kept around for breeding purposes, and then when she reached a certain time, they said, "Okay, we're done." Which is really a tough life. She's such a sweetheart. Such a sweetheart. Yeah. She would love a home where her people are there with her the majority of the time. However, she is crate trained, so if she does need to stay home by herself, she can. She would rather live in a house, because if there are too many people or busy area, that would kind of, stress her out a little bit more. Hi, sweetie. Yeah? Oh, good girl. So like I said, she's crate trained, she's house trained. Really looking for someone that she can cuddle with. She does enjoy her shorter walks. Like all of us, as we mature, our distances are a little bit shorter, but she still does enjoy getting out, right? As you can see, she walks really well on a leash. She uses her gentle leader. She doesn't pull a lot, but she has a good pace. And she's ready to do some window shopping around the corner. We'll catch up with you there. I am in heaven right now. Oh my goodness, this sweet pumpkin. Oh my gosh, so gentle, so loving, easy to make new friends, as you saw. She is looking for her new home. And if you're thinking, oh, I would love to help Belle out, but I can't adopt, but maybe you can foster, she would love a new foster home too. So something to consider. If you are interested in Belle, either to foster or adopt, you can go to our website, nwcaninecoalition.org, and click on the logo for Hello Kitty Rescue. Read up some more information on her bio, fill out an adoption application or foster application, and who knows, this little cutie pie could be your new best friend for the winter coming up. Right, sweetie? Oh, she's a cuddle bug. Hi, I'm Kathleen with Northwest Canine Coalition, and today we are going to shine a light on this handsome boy. His name is Frito McNabb. We call him Mac for short, and his name is because he was found as a stray eating Fritos and other fast food items that most dogs shouldn't be eating. Well, he is now in rescue, thank goodness, to our partner rescue, Valhalla Dog Rescue. They are located in Winlock, Washington. So we are going to get to know Mac. He's about 4 or 5 years old. He is a mix of all the best ingredients in dogs, super loving, very friendly, very much a people dog. So we're going to go take a walk and learn some more about Mac and how maybe he can be your new best friend. How about it, Mac? Should we go? Come on, sweetie, let's go for a walk. Frito McNabb, or Mac for short, was brought to the attention of the rescue when he was posted on several community pages and on Facebook that he had been abandoned and was recently wandering around the area. Park and rides, freeways, gas stations, you name it, he was looking for his new home. Thankfully, Valhalla Rescue went out there and was able to lure him in to safety. So he is now living with them under their care, and he's looking for his new home. He was skinny, missing some fur, and with a sunburn. But now, with some vet's attention, his hair has grown in and his sunburn has healed. Mac's ideal home is going to be one where he has a large yard to run around and play in that is fenced so that he doesn't jump over. He loves his car rides, and he loves dog food. And he would love somebody who wants to hang out with him, be their sidekick, go on hikes, walks, adventures, and then at the end of the day, be best buddies on the couch. If there are kids in the house, it's recommended that they are 8 years or older, and that's just because Mac is a rambunctious pup. He likes to play, and we wouldn't want the little ones to get knocked over. Probably a good idea if there are no cats in the house, and if there are other dogs in the home, Mac wants to meet them first, just to make sure he wants to live with them. After wandering the streets, Mac would love nothing more than a home to call his own, where his people will shower him with love and affection, take him on those car rides, those walks, those hikes, those adventures. At the end of the day, cuddle up with him, and in return, he will be your loyal best friend forever. What a a beautiful day to go for a walk with your new best friend. And if you would like to be that lucky person to take Mac for a walk, all you need to do is go to our website, come here sweetie, nwcaninecoalition.org, click on the logo for Valhalla Dog Rescue, fill out an online application, and who knows, you and Mac could be new best friends that he's been looking for. Thanks for watching. Hey sweetie, come on, let's go finish our walk. Let's go. Good job. I'm Kathleen with Northwest Canine Coalition. Today we're going to shine a light on the most handsome, super fluffy German Shepherd. His name is Rufus. He is with our partner rescue, Saving Great Animals, and we are in the Fremont neighborhood at his foster family's home. He doesn't know we're coming, so we're going to meet and play with some toys, go for a walk, and get to know him and find out how he can be your new best friend. So follow me. Meet Rufus. He's a German Shepherd coming in at just under 100 pounds, and he's what we call a mature pup at 8 years old. But don't let his age fool you. He has plenty of energy. Sometimes we need to remind him to stop and smell the roses. Rufus is friendly and affectionate and one big lover boy, and fairly mellow. But if you play ball with him all day in the yard, he'll sleep very happily that night. So his ideal home will be one with a fenced yard. He has lived with another German Shepherd before, and he did quite well, although he has not been socialized too much with other dogs. If there are kids in the home, it's best if they're about 14 years or older, just because of the hustle and bustle of younger ones makes him a little bit uncomfortable. We're not sure how he is with cats, but he does love a good squirrel chase. And one of the things that is most adorable about him is that he loves to play fetch and play ball, and he likes to carry around rocks. He licks them and shuffles them around, and there's one rock he's had for 6 years. So today is the first time I have had the pleasure to meet Rufus, and as you can see, he warmed up to me very quickly, which he does because he's a friendly pup and he's very loyal. He loves to play with his toys, he loves to play with his rocks. Pat, being his foster mom, you and your husband, what would you like to share with our viewers, some takeaway points about Rufus and living with him?
Rufus is a very loyal dog. He loves to be where we are. However, if we need to go out and do any errands or do something without him, he's been very good in the home, doesn't chew, lets you know when he needs to go outside, and he's wonderful to go on walks with. He's very alert, notices things, but is very responsive on the leash.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. And that's so important, especially for a larger dog. You know, he's a German Shepherd, but he is so well-mannered and he knows his training cues. So he's really just looking for his new home. And if you would like to find out how you can be Rufus's new best friend, you can go to our website, nwcaninecoalition.org, click on the logo for Saving Great Animals, read his bio, fill out an online adoption application, and who knows, you could be the lucky person that Rufus has been looking for to be his new best friend. Oh, yeah, did you hear that, Rufus?